Hello, hey besties, what's up? How are you doing? It's a back-to-back season, so get ready.
Don't you love when we take our time?
I'll be talking about how I prepped my body for surgery, how I prepped my body for labor. If you haven't seen the video I did about my birth story, to check the link in the description box to know why I had a cesarean section. How I prepared my body for labor / surgery was making few lifestyle changes, making some plans before time, and also doing some things to just prepare my body for labor and aftermath recovery. The first thing I did was bulk cook. Now there's another word for it, but I'm using the word bulk cook, which is what I practice in my house. In my home, I bulk cook monthly, so this time I did things differently by making pepper soup. I'm a Nigerian, so don't get lost. I'm a Nigerian. Pepper soup is our thing.
Yeah, boy.
I'm thankful that I made my house ready. I made my home ready for this moment. I did the same thing with my first baby. I made sure I bulk cooked soup, stew, sauce, pepper soup, all those things that carried us even for weeks. Except you have a spouse that don't eat things that are being refrigerated, which I'm sorry, but I can't relate. If you have a spouse like that, or if you're like that, then the case is different for you. And my sister, just stock your house because you'll be too tired to cook. That thing I did was I shaved properly. Again, I knew I was having a surgery around 39 weeks, so I shaved the night before I went to the hospital, or 2 nights before I went to the hospital. And even if I shaved, I had to shave myself because at that point my husband was not close by, so he couldn't help me, and I suffered for it because when I got to the hospital, they didn't shave me again. And then after the surgery, the plaster they used on my incision area was the brown one. If you're Nigerian, you know that brown evil plaster. Run away from it. If you are going to have a surgery and they are going to use that plaster, tell them you don't want to have the surgery again.
It's time to stop, okay?
The plaster pulled my pubic hair. Is that what it's called? My hair, yeah. Pulled it so bad that the pain of the incision area was there. There was also the pain of my hair being pulled. So ensure to shave properly. Don't be like me. Shave fresh, like shave clean. No, there should not be a piece of hair in your pubic area if you're going to have a surgery. But if you're going to have a vaginal birth, you can just shave as you want. But if you're going to have a surgery, please, you have to call your whole family to help you and shave. Yes. The week I knew that I was going to have a surgery, I was bathing twice a day because I knew that would be taken away from me after I give birth. Second time is not a charm. It's not a charm. I had to shower just to compensate my body for what it would go through. The fact that it get deprived of water, flowing from my head down. I have a shower, so transiting from that to just using towel. If you're a CS mom, you know this. If you're not, if you give birth to a CS, you might not be able to take your bath for the first 2 weeks or a week. With my first baby, I started bathing around the 8th, 9th day after my surgery. But with this one, even if I had my plaster removed earlier than my first, my plaster was removed on the 4th day after the surgery. 2 weeks after, I was able to take my bath, and that felt refreshing. And shower as much as you want to now. Another thing I did, which is almost irrelevant, was I obsessed over my bump. Most people miss their bump. I don't know. Me, I've never, even with my first baby, I did not miss my bump. But with the second one, I'm like, oh, let's take pictures. Let's do this. Let's obsess over this bump. Even to dress up, I didn't have the energy to look sexy, or I was not in that place. See, I was not in that state of mind, and I have to accept that that's who I am when I'm pregnant. Be like me, take pictures, take videos of your bump, snap pictures, slay.
Do it! Just do it!
Wear makeup because you're gonna miss it. I'm missing it now. I miss not recording myself or dressing up, doing dress up, play dress up. Even if I didn't have places to go to, I miss not doing all those things. But it is what it is, bruh. Like, I can't change anything, but you can if you're watching me. I did more of bonding with my first son because, of course, things has changed. it will continue to change. I tried because I didn't know or have in mind or an idea of what loving two humans would be like, and not making the other person feel left out. I was just, there was this guilt trip. Like, I was guilty. I'm still feeling guilty again. But all the while, even days, weeks before I gave birth, I made sure I was with my son. We always singing together. I was bonding with him. I was doing so many things to just make him feel loved, special, so that when baby comes, we would have our own, moments. And right now is what we do. We try to just catch up with each other. The point is, spend as much time you have with your older children, with your other kids, as much as you can. I made my hair, even if it's ugly now, but I made my hair. And this is kinking. You know how when it gets old, it looks finer. Yeah. I don't know when I'll take it off, but it is what it is, right? You'll be seeing this hair for as long as possible. So I have the energy to go out and make my hair. Another thing I did was exercise, nothing crazy. Even if I was exercising before I took in, because I changed my location, I could not keep up with going to the gym. So instead, I didn't exercise throughout my pregnancy, but during the end of my pregnancy, I did more of stretches, especially when I knew I was in bed with CS. I did do stretches. I did some pilates and yoga and all those stretching, mostly stretching, and some positions that would help turn my baby when I needed that. I'll take a walk, stroll. That might be horrible, it might be hectic for you, but it will help you a lot. I slept a lot. Yes, I slept a lot. A week before I gave birth, I was just sleeping, intentionally sleeping. Even if I had work to do, I had client's job to render, the sleeping was like I just took out an hour or 2 hours during the day to rest, because I knew that might not be a thing for me when I gave birth. So I rested. So what to prepare yourself for is, number one, you prepare yourself for needing people to help you. I did not see that coming, where I needed to sit up. I would have to ask my sister, she'll have to pull me up, my husband pull me up, expect to be vulnerable. When I mean vulnerable, when it comes to cleaning up your clean after yourself, maybe you're bleeding, right after the surgery, you might need someone to clean you up. That is like the most vulnerable aspect of a surgery for me, being at the mercy of other people, even if they're my family members and my friends and my sisters. It just made me feel kind of off. But that was temporary. Right now I feel great. So you might want to expect yourself to maybe not feel so great for the first few days, but know that it would not last forever. Mine took few days and I got my strength back. Yours might take days or even hours and you feel great. So expect that if you're going to have a surgery, or if you're going to give birth or go into labor, expect to be in pain. Drink enough water, eat enough food as you want, because for the first few days, everything will be monitored. You have to take warm water, you have to take lifting, you might not take water for the next 42, 48 hours. I had my surgery done on Thursday, and the first meal I ate was on Saturday afternoon. So you can imagine I eat for like 2 days, and so that might be your case if you're having a surgery. If you're having a surgery, please stay away from cold, anything that'll make you catch cold, either before or after the surgery, because coughing with your incision area being fragile is something you don't want to do. It will almost feel like your incision area is about to open up. It's just a weird feeling, so don't expose yourself to cold. And if you have to poop, ensure to take a laxative, or what's it called, anything to dilute or help your poo. Orange, all those things that will help make your poo lighter or softer, so that you will not be pushing the force you use to push your poop out would not open up your incision area, even if that's not possible. But yeah, you might also experience being drowsy a lot after your surgery. I did experience that. I thought there was something wrong with me, where on Saturday I was still feeling drowsy. I might be staring at that object and the object is moving. I'll just be like, what is it drugs? Most time the drugs they would have given you the day of your surgery or the day after your surgery will still be in your system, and it might cause you to sleep. So don't be scared when you realize you're sleeping too much after your surgery, or you're not sleeping at all. You know, both ways. Having headaches after ICS is normal. That's like one of the side effects of the anesthesia. I had that on my first pregnancy. It's horrible, but if you're having that, go to the hospital, let them give you painkillers. There are painkillers they could give you, but I don't know why these hospitals would not give you these painkillers when you're going home. They want you to come back and complain before they give you, like, you know, this thing might, well, I don't blame them again, because most times these painkillers get abused. So hence why they wait until you're really in need of it before they give you. I'm going to follow them like that. In my hospital, the first time I had headache, I had to go back to the hospital after a few days of pain and sleepless nights. Then they gave me a drug that helped. The second time, which is now, I had to go back to the hospital too before they gave me a pink. Why?
What am I gonna do?
Expect no appetite. When I gave birth, I was just not in the mood to eat anything. I don't know, maybe it's just me. After the surgery, my appetite dropped, which was strange. My first baby, I didn't have that. This time, I experienced loss of appetite, so that might be, I had to speak to a nurse, and she said that's very normal. That when I go home, I would, it would get better, which it did. Lactating might not happen immediately. Producing milk might not happen immediately for a CS mom, because I don't know, this is how the body regulates. But with constant feeding, just allow your baby suck your breasts, because my baby did not suck until almost 24 hours after the surgery. That's when she started sucking, and when she did, my milk started coming out, but not so much. Even right now, I'm still in the process of boosting my milk supply. I'm not huge on milk supply. If you've followed me on this channel for a while, you know I talked about this in one of my videos. With my first baby, I struggled with milk production. I was able to produce for a whole year, but my milk production was just like medium. This time, I'm trying to intentionally do other things that will boost my milk supply. So if it turns out successful, I will share it on this channel, in time to come. But I'll have to be sure that it's working before I share it. Hospital have a policy where you have to lay down after the surgery. Most hospitals, I know, I have friends who have done surgeries where after the surgery, 2 hours after the surgery, an hour or 30 minutes after the surgery, they're bringing a baby, suck, breastfeed and all that. But I appreciate my hospital for not pushing that on anyone. That's their policy. They allow you lay back, rest for 12 hours. The rest would help with complications that might come after the surgery. That sums up what I did to prepare my body, what I prepared myself for after the surgery for the second time. So, if you enjoyed watching this video, why haven't you subscribed yet? Give this video a thumbs up so that people would see this video. If you've done a surgery and you think I missed any parts, let us know in the comment section. I'll see you guys in my next video. For now, bye.